After that White House meeting broke up, I had a chance to ask both presidential candidates about today's events, economic and political. Here's some of what they said, starting with Senator McCain. Senators, you may know you took some heat today. One Democrat said you parachuted in trying to ride to the rescue of this deal. And you also said yesterday that you were suspending your campaign, yet it's been pointed out your surrogates were out all day doing campaign work against the Obama campaign, as they do each day. Are you happy with how you've played this so far?
Look, I don't know how it's, quote, played. I have a record of putting my country first. I see that we did not have a deal, and unfortunately we still don't have a deal. But I think that we've made progress, and I'm confident we will have a deal. How much I had to do with that, I'll let you and others be the judge. But I'm going to do what I think is right for this country. We are in a crisis of almost unprecedented proportions, at least since World War II. And I've got to do what I think is right for the country.
Where does that money come from? Can it be printed? Are we talking about a necessary hike in taxes? Where does it appear?
Well, if we restore our economy and cut the out-of-control spending, I think we'll be okay. But if we don't do this, the consequences of failure are enormous. And so if we get our economy back on track and grow the economy and keep people's taxes low and cut the out-of-control spending, you know, in all due respect, Brian, we had the greatest increase in the size of government and in government spending than since the Great Society. So it's huge, and we've got to rein it in, and I know how to do that.
Last question, Senator. If you were a betting man, would you bet we'll see you in Oxford, Mississippi tomorrow night?
Well, I am a betting man, but I'd like to say that I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful that we'll get enough of an agreement tomorrow that I'll be able to make this debate. And again, I would urge Senator Obama to do what I'd asked him to do, and that's engage in 10 town hall meetings, and he has never accepted a single request. But I hope to be in Oxford tomorrow night, and I'm very hopeful.
All right, John McCain, our conversation from earlier this evening here. What you're seeing is part of a strategy. After the White House meeting broke up, both candidates went their separate ways to Washington hotels to do so-called round-robin interviews with the media. Here now, a portion of our conversation with Senator Obama. And then you saw in fast motion our earlier attempt to run part of the conversation with Senator Barack Obama. We have higher confidence now that we can play part of that conversation.
Sometimes if you inject presidential politics into some delicate negotiations, it's not necessarily constructive. And it's amazing how much people can get done when folks aren't worried about taking the credit or passing the blame. I think we had seen some progress, and my hope is that we can build on this progress around 4 principles that I care deeply about in whatever deal gets struck. That we have to make sure that there's strong oversight. I think that Secretary Paulson's acknowledged that. We have to make sure that taxpayers are treated like investors, that they're getting money back out of this deal that they're putting at risk. I think there's some acknowledgement there. We all believe that CEOs should not be walking away with golden parachutes coming out of this deal. I think there's some rough agreement there, and I think certainly on the Democratic side we want to make sure that homeowners are getting some benefit from this plan in preventing foreclosures, making sure that communities are sound.
Senator, final question. You say you're going to show up at this debate tomorrow night in Oxford, Mississippi. We're locked into a format, according to the Commission, of foreign policy. Are you going to raise the economy as a topic anyway?
You know, with this looming in the horizon, this has an effect all across the globe. And one of the arguments that I've consistently made in this campaign is we can't be strong abroad if we're not strong at home. If we are spending $10 billion a month in Iraq when they have a $79 billion surplus at a time when we are not just looking at record deficits, but we now have this extraordinary crisis in our financial markets, that just does not make for a safe and secure America. It's one of the fundamental differences that I have with John McCain, and it's something that I think we need to explore in a debate format. You know, we're only talking about 90 minutes here. I think that a president has to be able to do more than one thing at a time, and I think for us to explain our vision for where we want to take the country to the American people, particularly at this time of difficulty, is especially important. So I hope John McCain shows up.
Senator, thank you for your patience. Happy trails, safe travels. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much.